My presentation is titled The Changing Face of the Climate in Human History, focusing on the Mediterranean and North Africa, which was the human breadbasket to the now barren lands. The Mediterranean climate has undergone significant transformations throughout human history, shaped by both natural fluctuations and human activity. Once celebrated as the breadbasket of great civilizations like Rome and Carthage, its fertile lands supported thriving agriculture, trade, and culture. However, centuries of deforestation, overgrazing, and soil depletion, combined with shifting climate patterns, have led to widespread aridification. Once lush regions now face water scarcity, desertification, and unpredictable weather extremes. This image shows the extent of the ice sheet in the northern hemisphere during the last ice age. During the last ice age, 30% of the Earth's land surface was covered by ice. Only 10% is covered today. This image shows the extent of the ice sheet in the northern hemisphere during the last ice age. During the last ice age, 30% of the Earth's land surface was covered by ice. Only 10% is covered today. Man evolved during the last three major ice ages, approximately 300,000 years ago. Throughout human evolution, the Earth has experienced profound climatic shifts, particularly during the global ice ages. In the diagram pictured, there were three distinct periods of intense glaciation shown as 1, 2, and 3 on the diagram. These dramatic temperature fluctuations necessitated rapid adaptation among early human populations. Such environmental volatility not only influenced migration patterns and survival strategies, but also played a crucial role in shaping human ingenuity and resilience. The capacity to endure and innovate in response to these extreme climate variations underscores the deep interconnection between environmental forces and human development. As shown in the diagram, since the end of the last ice age, 22,000 years ago, the sea level rose 400 feet, 120 meters. Sea level changes of plus or minus 400 feet and changes between desert and tropical wet climates were happening at a swift rate in the last 14,000 years before present. The rise in sea levels has always had a huge impact on climate. At the end of the last ice age, as glaciers melted, humans were forced to migrate in massive numbers. This rapid increase in sea level didn't just reshape coastlines, it also disrupted major ocean currents, which in turn affected global weather patterns. Rainfall shifted, some areas became drier, and entire ecosystems had to adapt. It's a reminder of how interconnected everything is when it comes to climate and human history. Homo sapiens have been a species on the move since their origins in Africa approximately 300,000 years ago. Driven by shifting climates, changing landscapes, and the pursuit of resources, early human populations gradually expanded beyond their ancestral homeland. Over tens of thousands of years, they ventured into new and often harsh environments, adapting to diverse ecosystems across Asia, Europe, Australia, and eventually including North and South America. 70,000 years ago, a major volcanic eruption in Toba, Indonesia, decimated the sapiens and Neanderthal population. Climate change was happening frequently in periods of even several generations. Homo sapiens had to adapt very quickly. New research suggests that Homo sapiens' dramatic brain size increase, particularly in communication skills, were due to having to adapt so quickly to these frequent climate changes. Climate, due to global ice ages, is the primary reason. Why did they migrate? In search of food, water, and warmth. Jared Diamond in Guns, Germs, and Steel argues that geography played the most crucial role in determining which civilizations prospered. He emphasizes that access to fertile land, domesticable animals, and favorable climates allowed some societies to develop agriculture, accumulate surpluses, and sustain large populations, leading to technological and political advancements. Ian Morris, in Why the West Rules, for now, expands on this by highlighting social development as the key factor, combining geography with innovation, warfare, and economic complexity. He suggests that societies that adapted to changing circumstances, whether through military might, economic networks, or technological breakthroughs, were more likely to thrive, whereas those that stagnated fell behind. Niall Ferguson, in Civilization, the West and the Rest, focuses on cultural and institutional factors, arguing that political stability, economic competition, and scientific progress were the killer applications that gave certain civilizations an edge, particularly in the West. He emphasizes the role of capitalism, democracy, and individualism in fostering long-term prosperity. Hubert Lamb was a pioneering British climatologist who founded the Climatic Research Unit, CRU, at the University of East Anglia in 1972. His work emphasized the role of climate variability in shaping historical events, arguing that shifts in temperature and weather patterns significantly influenced agriculture, migration, and the rise and fall of civilizations. However, after Lamb's death in 1997, the Climatic Research Unit, CRU, at the University of East Anglia has been careful to gloss over its founder's skepticism to avoid his concerns about CRU staff inflaming the warming scare, and to also avoid his concerns generally about the direction climatology has taken since the warming scare began. Their attempts to sanitize his legacy are, of course, entirely understandable. Over the last 11,000 years, Earth's climate has undergone several significant shifts. The Holocene climatic optimum, circa 9,000 to 5,000 years ago, was a warm period following the last ice age, characterized by higher global temperatures, which supported early agricultural civilizations like those in Mesopotamia and Egypt. The Roman warm period, circa 250 BCE to 400 current era, saw mild temperatures in Europe, aiding the expansion of the Roman Empire through increased agricultural yields and stability. The medieval warm period, circa 950 to 1250 of the current era, brought warmer conditions, particularly in the North Atlantic region, leading to Viking expansion and flourishing European agriculture. However, the Little Ice Age, circa 1300 to 1850 of the current era, followed, marked by cooler temperatures, harsher winters, and widespread crop failures, contributing to famines, social unrest, and even historical events like the decline of Norse settlements in Greenland. These climatic shifts significantly influence human history by shaping agriculture, migration, and societal stability. Why did they migrate? The answer is the serendipity of geography and geology, natural resources. Ian Morris's lucky latitudes refers to the geographic band, 20 degrees to 35 degrees latitude, where early civilizations had the best conditions for agriculture along major river locations. This region had a warm climate, fertile soil, and easily domesticable plants and animals, giving societies a head start in farming, population growth, and technological development. As a result, civilizations like Mesopotamia and Egypt emerged there first, though later advancements allowed other regions to catch up. Historians and archaeologists have usually attributed decline of a civilization to conquering tribes, wars, suppression, or stability of power structure, which have been the dominant theme of these historical occurrences to date. Now, new multidisciplinary data suggests that severe and even relatively mild climate changes can explain the demise or migration of many civilizations. Let us look at the Holocene climatic optimum shown in the diagram. The Mediterranean region offers great examples of significant changes in climate during recent human history, during the last climatic optimum 9,000 to 6,000 years ago. To illustrate this point, let's look at the current day climate in northern Africa. A desert is defined as a location that receives less than 25 centimeters or 10 inches of rain per year. The entire red area of North Africa and the Middle East is currently a desert. Paleoclimate data and archaeological evidence show that between 12,000 and 6,000 years ago, the Sahara was a lush green region with lakes, rivers, and abundant vegetation. Fossilized plant remains, ancient lake beds, and rock art indicate that early humans lived in this thriving ecosystem, hunting animals like cattle and antelope. As the climate gradually became drier, the environment transformed into the desert we know today, prompting human populations to migrate and adapt. This shift played a key role in the cultural and demographic changes in North Africa. Here we will present archaeological evidence of a greener Sahara savanna 12,000 to 6,000 years ago. Tassili N'Ajjer National Park in southeastern Algeria is famous for its ancient rock art, including hunter-gatherer cave paintings that date back over 10,000 years. The park is home to over 15,000 petroglyphs and paintings depicting scenes of daily life, such as hunting, dancing, and rituals, offering a unique glimpse into the culture and environment of prehistoric North African societies. The paintings in Tassili N'Ajjer National Park reveal important insights into the lifestyles and beliefs of prehistoric peoples in the Sahara. The hunter-gatherer cave paintings depict scenes of everyday activities such as hunting, rituals, and dancing, showing the connection between humans and the environment. Some images portray animals that no longer inhabit the region, like hippopotamuses and crocodiles, suggesting that the Sahara was once a much wetter and more fertile landscape. The art also features ceremonial figures and supernatural beings, indicating the spiritual and symbolic beliefs of these early societies. Overall, the paintings offer a window into the cultural, environmental, and social aspects of ancient Saharan civilizations. Now for a little humor, discovering evidence of early Facebook. Great hunt, let's go eat. To which the reply is, hang on, I gotta post this on my wall. Gilf Kabir, tucked away in Egypt's remote southwest, is like a hidden time capsule in the middle of the Sahara. This vast plateau is best known for its incredible prehistoric rock art, including the famous Cave of Swimmers and Cave of Beasts. These ancient paintings depicting people and animals suggest that thousands of years ago the area was lush and full of life, nothing like the harsh desert we see today. Along with the artwork, archaeologists have uncovered stone tools and artifacts that hint at early human settlements, proving that long before the desert took over, this was a place where people thrived. Cave of Beasts. Located about 10 kilometers from the Cave of Swimmers, this site contains much more elaborate and larger rock art. It features hundreds of figures, including mysterious headless creatures, the beasts, as well as human and animal figures, and its meaning remains a mystery. The Cave of Beasts is estimated to be at least 7,000 to 10,000 years older than the Cave of Swimmers, dating back around 19,000 years or more. Some estimates suggest it could be as old as 20,000 BCE, making it one of the oldest known rock art sites in the world. About 6,000 years ago, the Sahara wasn't a desert. It was green, full of lakes, rivers, and wildlife. But over time, due to natural climate shifts, rainfall decreased, and the Sahara slowly transformed into the vast desert we know today. This forced people to move in search of water and fertile land, shaping the course of African history. Many migrated north to the Maghreb region and the Nile River, where civilizations like ancient Egypt flourished. Others moved south into the Sahel, a wide belt stretching across Africa, which became home to early farming and trading societies. These migrations were some of the most important in human history, influencing everything from trade routes to cultural exchanges. The people who moved south helped lay the foundations for powerful West African civilizations, while those who settled along the Nile contributed to Egypt's rise. In many ways, the Sahara's desertification wasn't just an environmental change, it was a turning point that shaped Africa's past and its present. The migration into the Nile River area from the Sahara was driven by climate changes that caused the Sahara to become increasingly arid, leading people to settle along the fertile banks of the Nile, where they could farm and establish permanent communities. Let's turn our attention to Egypt and the pharaohs. The pharaonic era of ancient Egypt officially began around 3100 BCE with the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt by King Narmer-Menes, marking the start of the early dynastic period circa 3100 to 2686 BCE. This period saw the establishment of the first centralized government under a single ruler, leading into the well-known dynastic rule of the pharaohs. Could not resist including this little ditty. I find you irresistible, to which he responds, it's my pharaoh moans. North Africa and the Mediterranean area experienced a much wetter climate in the Roman warm period than today. Let's look at some historical sites in the Mediterranean that clearly show the climate changes that an astute traveler could detect. Carthage, a powerful Phoenician city-state and Rome's greatest rival, dominated Mediterranean trade until its defeat in the Punic Wars, culminating in its destruction by Rome in 146 BCE. Despite its destruction, Carthage's strategic and economic importance could not be ignored. Julius Caesar recognized its potential and planned its reconstruction, but it was under Augustus that Carthage was established as a major Roman colony. Over time, the city flourished, becoming one of the most important centers of trade, culture, and administration in the empire, rivaling even Alexandria. By 200 AD, Carthage had grown into the second largest Latin-speaking city after Rome, playing a crucial role in the prosperity of Roman North Africa. Tunisia and Algeria were the breadbasket of the Roman world. The map is showing locations of ancient Roman cities, estates and villas, and fortifications. The Romans developed large estates, known as latifundia, elaborate villas, and thriving cities such as Carthage, Thysdrus, modern El Jem, Duga, and Timgad, all interconnected by a sophisticated network of roads, aqueducts, and ports to facilitate efficient trade and transportation. The economic importance of North Africa also necessitated fortifications and military outposts to protect its resources from Berber incursions, and later the Vandal invasion in the year 439. As Roman authority waned in the 5th century, so did the region's role as an imperial breadbasket. However, the enduring ruins of its granaries, aqueducts, and cities still offer a glimpse into the agricultural and economic power that once defined Roman North Africa. During the height of the Roman Empire, Tunisia and northern Algeria were essential agricultural hubs, often referred to as the breadbasket of the Roman world. With their fertile soil and Mediterranean climate, these regions became primary suppliers of grain, olives, and wine, sustaining Rome's vast population and military forces. That was then, but today it is a very different story. This map shows the estates, villas, and cities built by the Romans during the height of the Roman Empire in the Tunisian and Algerian area. Also shown is the current northern extent of the desert climate in North Africa. This map shows the dramatic shift in climate that has occurred in the last 2,000 years since the area was the breadbasket of the Roman Empire. Here is a Google Earth image of the area showing the main cities to be discussed: Soufatella, Thysdrus, Mactaras, which are currently in desert locations in Tunisia, and the ancient city of Carthage and the main port location of Utica. Pictured here is a mosaic from the Bardo Museum in Tunis depicting the estate of Lord Julius in Carthage. The mosaic depicts scenes of rural life in an opulent villa setting, with the Roman lady of the house relaxing on her chair, peasants bringing in game and crops from the fields, and other agricultural activities as part of the daily domestic life in a villa setting. The Roman era was the age of massive aqueduct building. Let's look at the aqueducts that were built in this North Africa region during this period. Pictured here are the remains of the Roman Zaguan aqueduct of Carthage, Tunis, in the current semi-arid climate. The Zaguan aqueduct, built during Hadrian's reign, 117 to 138 CE, was a remarkable feat of Roman engineering, supplying Carthage with fresh water from the Jebel Zaguan Mountains over 132 kilometers, 82 miles away. One of the longest Roman aqueducts, it featured a mix of elevated arches, underground channels, and bridges to navigate the terrain. Water was stored in the Malga cisterns before being distributed to public baths, fountains, and homes, supporting Carthage's growth as a major Roman city. This aqueduct not only showcased Roman hydraulic expertise, but also reinforced Carthage's importance within the empire. These cisterns, when fully functional, contained 44,000 cubic meters of water for an estimated population of 100,000. The Antonine Baths, located in Carthage, Tunisia, stand as a testament to the grandeur of Roman architecture in North Africa. Built during the reign of Antoninus Pius in the mid-2nd century, this massive complex was one of the largest Roman bath structures outside of Rome itself. These baths were not just places for bathing. They were social hubs, featuring various rooms for hot, warm, and cold bathing, as well as spaces for exercise and relaxation. The volume of water these cisterns maintained equates to a Carthaginian daily per capita usage of 250 liters of water per day. Today's USA usage is 300 liters per capita per day. European usage is 140 liters per capita per day, and more impoverished countries, for example in Africa, use only 5 liters of water per capita per day. Today in Tunis, the average per capita daily water consumption is 80 liters per day. The average Tunisian in Roman times would have had 3 times more water than they have currently. Considering today's technology should be superior to the Romans, Tunisia during Roman times must have had more rainfall available than exists today. Let's look at other cities in North Africa that the Romans built in what now is a desert environment. 3 examples of Roman cities, Thysdrus, Sufetula, and Mactaris, are located in the villa and agricultural areas of Roman Tunisia. The diagrams show the location of these developments, cities, settlements, villas, and estates that existed in Roman times. The 3 locations to be discussed are all located in the current-day desert, a distinctly different environment than 2,000 years ago when the Romans were in their heyday. Let's start with the Roman city of Thysdrus, current-day El Jem, Tunisia. Thysdrus was situated in the most productive Roman estate and villa areas of northern Tunisia, and now it is a desert environment. The El Jem Colosseum, located in the modern-day Tunisian city of El Jem, stands as a remarkable testament to the grandeur of Roman architecture in North Africa. This colossal structure, dating back to the 3rd century AD, is one of the best preserved Roman amphitheaters in the world, rivaling even the Colosseum in Rome. Built entirely of stone, it rises impressively from the flat surrounding plains. With its capacity to hold an estimated 35,000 spectators, the El Jem Colosseum served as a venue for public spectacles, including gladiatorial combats and animal exhibitions. It has been noted by some sources that the population of the city during Roman times was around 100,000 and currently is about 21,000. Roman villa life is depicted in mosaics from Thysdrus and other major agricultural villas in Tunisia. The mosaics found in homes and public spaces in Thysdrus serve as compelling archaeological witnesses to the life and times of Roman North Africa, they conveying a wealth of information about the city's inhabitants. The prevalence of elaborate mosaics within domestic and public spaces suggests a degree of affluence that facilitated the patronage of skilled artisans. Thysdrus was centered in the wine-growing area of Tunisia during Roman times. The mosaic shows the vast vineyards of an agricultural estate, and another mosaic from the house of El Jem depicts 2 men squashing grapes. Essentially, these mosaics aren't just beautiful decorations, they're like a window into how smart, social, and wealthy people were in Roman cities like Thysdrus. They give us a real connection to a time when Roman power mixed with local culture. Another Roman city of Sufetula Spatla, Tunisia, also shows vast changes in climate since Roman times. The archaeological site of Sufetula in Tunisia provides compelling evidence of Roman civilization through its remarkably preserved architectural remains. The satellite close-up of the Sufetula shows the location of the ancient city ruins. The extensive street grid and remnants of water management systems demonstrate Roman urban planning and engineering prowess. The most iconic feature of the Roman ruins are the unique triad of 3 contiguous temples dedicated to Jupiter, Juno, and Minerva, showcasing Roman religious practices and architectural design. The Sufetula Theater and possibly an amphitheater point to the entertainment and cultural aspects of Roman life in Sufetula. There is a well-preserved forum of the central public space, which highlights the administrative, economic, and social life of the city, while triumphal arches like those of Antoninus Pius commemorate significant events and imperial connections. The overall layout and the quality of the surviving structures strongly indicate that Sufetula was a prosperous and well-developed Roman city, offering a vivid testament to the influence and sophistication of Roman civilization in North Africa. The Roman city of Sufetula, like most significant Roman settlements, boasted impressive public bath complexes known as thermae. These were not merely places for washing, but served as vital social and cultural hubs for the community. Beyond the monumental structures, the discovery of mosaics, inscriptions, and other artifacts within the ruins offers further insights into the daily lives, beliefs, and artistic expressions of Sufetula's Roman inhabitants. These artworks, found in both private and public spaces, showcase a range of themes, including intricate geometric patterns, mythological scenes, depictions of daily life, animals, and potentially religious symbols. Their presence provides insights into the wealth, status, beliefs, and daily activities of the people of Sufetula. Archaeological investigations at Sufetula have revealed the remains of a Roman bridge over the dry riverbed, which has been partially restored. The diagram shows the Sufetula's current landscape, showing two dried-up rivers and the location of the ancient Roman bridge and a Roman quarry. The archaeological evidence suggests that Roman use of enormous amounts of water, as seen elsewhere, were being satisfied in Roman times in Sufetula. This diagram shows the locations of Roman villas outside of the main city of Sufetula, where olive oil production occurred, and the location of a Roman quarry, as well as the Roman roads in the region. As the two previous Roman sites in Tunisia, Roman Maktaris shows vast changes in climate. The ancient Roman city of Maktaris is a significant archaeological site located in present-day Makthar, Tunisia. Maktaris was a strategically important Roman city in the interior of North Africa, flourishing during the Roman Empire. Maktaris was a large city with numerous ruins, including an amphitheater, aqueduct, 4 major baths throughout the city, and 3 major temples. The villa country of Roman Tunisia, Maktaris, one of the richest cities in the province. It was a transit point for grain, oil, livestock, and textiles between Carthage, Sufetula, and other cities. Pictured here are the impressive remains of various public buildings that have been unearthed, including a well-preserved forum, the central civic and economic hub. This forum often featured a basilica, a public hall, temples, and other important structures. The Roman baths of Maktaris are pictured here. These are the remarkably preserved great baths, which stand as a testament to the city's importance and the Roman way of life, showcasing typical features like the frigidarium and caldarium. The southern and western baths of Maktaris reveal the city's evolution through later modifications during the time of Emperor Marcus Aurelius. The existence of multiple bath complexes like the southern and western baths provide valuable insights into Roman engineering, social customs, and the historical evolution of the city. What caused these changes in climate since the last ice age 21,000 years ago? Let's look at the Intertropical Convergence Zone, ITCZ, as it exists today. The Intertropical Convergence Zone is a band of heavy rainfall near the equator and is typically located close to the equator due to the intense solar heating there. This heating causes warm, moist air to rise, leading to cloud formation and precipitation. The ITCZ can move, and it has done so in the last 21,000 years since the height of the last ice age. The southerly movement of the ITCZ during the last 21,000 years created these climate variations highlighted in examples in Tunisia and elsewhere. During the African humid period, the intertropical convergence zone, ITCZ, was positioned dramatically differently from today, shifting significantly northward and centered approximately 10 to 15 degrees beyond its current location. This substantial movement covered a large portion of what is now the Sahara Desert, fundamentally transforming the region's climate. The enhanced position of the ITCZ triggered much stronger monsoon systems, which brought consistent rainfall across the Sahara and dramatically altered the landscape. Where there is now a stark desert, there was once a lush, verdant environment characterized by extensive grasslands, numerous large lakes, and a rich ecosystem supporting diverse wildlife and human settlements. This remarkable ecological transformation illustrates the profound impact that subtle shifts in global atmospheric circulation can have on regional environments, turning what is now one of the world's most arid regions into a thriving green landscape teeming with life. There are many other examples of the dramatic climate change that occurred in the last 21,000 years, which will be the subject of future presentations. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, be sure to leave them in the comments section. To see more fascinating presentations, be sure to press the subscribe button.